Hi, my name is Rakesh Singh and I welcome you all on this jQuery video session. Thank you so much for joining Naresh IT Technology video session. In the previous video session, we have been discussed about introduction to jQuery, and in that we have been discussed about what is jQuery. So we came to know jQuery is a JavaScript library. In order to develop JavaScript programming in very much simpler and easier way in your website development. So before going to work on the jQuery, we have to make environment setup of our development machine to be ready with jQuery library to use in your website. So in this video session, we are going to discuss about environment setup of our machine for the jQuery library to use, and how to download the jQuery library as well as install this jQuery script file in your website to use it. So let us discuss about environment setup. What do you mean about environment setup? Actually, environment setup is nothing but a setup for the development machine where we should start to work with jQuery. So to start to work with jQuery in a machine, nothing but development machine, we required following software to be ready. Like we should have a text editor. Why? Because jQuery is going to use in your website development. So to create a website development, you are going to work on a web page, and in that web page you are going to write a program like client side program as well as server side program. So when you are writing a client side program, you need to work on the JavaScript programming language. With the help of that, you are writing a client side program. So that JavaScript programming now you are going to develop by using a JavaScript library which is called jQuery JavaScript file. So for that purpose, you need one editor environment in which you create the web page with your client side program as well as server side program. So for that need, our machine, nothing but development machine, needs a software to be ready, that is text editor. We have so many text editor software in the market, but among that the most commonly used editor softwares are Notepad and Notepad++. As well as I have been highlighted over here, TextMate is another editor software. Komodo Edit is another text editor software. Any of these can be ready in your machine to work on the website development, to create the web pages along with client side code as well as server side code. You know very well, text editor doesn't have more features like syntax highlighting feature, line number support, error handling support, debugging support, IntelliSense support, which are nowadays required in order to make application development more rapidly. So for that particular purpose, it is also recommended to work on any specific IDE, integrated development environment, instead of using a plain text editor. So you may prefer to work with the IDE in order to make development more rapid compared to plain text editor. So there are plenty of IDEs are available in which we can work on the website development irrespective to different technologies, and in that we may require to write client side program with the help of JavaScript language, but instead of writing plain JavaScript code, we may require to write the code with the help of jQuery JavaScript file. So we need that support. For that particular purpose, there are some most commonly used IDE I have been highlighted over here. The name Visual Studio is the most popular IDE today in the real world, provided by Microsoft Corporation. Is specifically used by the all .NET developer because this has direct support to the Microsoft .NET technology. NetBeans is one of the another popular IDE used by mostly Java developer as well as PHP developer. Eclipse is the another IDE. Adobe Dreamweaver as well as Komodo IDE and etc. Many more are available. So any of the IDEs also can be used to work on the website development, in which you are going to write a client side script code with the help of jQuery JavaScript file. So make development machine environment setup with the text editor or any specific IDE, and after that you should have any latest browser software on your machine, because a website what you are developing, after development of the website you may require to test the web page of a particular website is running properly or not. In that, client side operation is getting performed or not, as well as of course you are writing some server side code, that also you can check it. And web application always needs to be executed in the environment of what? Browser. See, any latest browser you can have on your machine. There are many browsers are available, as you know, I hope so. Among that, there are some browsers which are the most popular browsers like iBrowser, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Netscape, etc. So what I mean to say that your development machine should be ready with any text editor software. I recommend to work with the Notepad or Notepad++, or your machine should be ready with any specific IDE which has many additional feature to make application development more rapidly, as well as any latest web browser software on your development machine should be installed. So once a development machine environment is ready with these all software, then you are ready to work on the jQuery by getting the jQuery JavaScript file and keeping in your website. So for that particular things, we would like to discuss about how to download the jQuery and install jQuery script file to use in our website, nothing but our web application. So what we are going to discuss, the next thing is downloading, installing jQuery script file and use into your website. So how to download and how to install? You should know one point. In the previous video session we have been discussed, jQuery is a just JavaScript library which comes in the form of a single .js file. Means it comes as a one file in the form of .js. So very simple thing here, to get the .js file and keep as a part of your website and then start using it. Means it doesn't have any specific installation procedure in order to install on your machine and get ready to use it. So in order to install jQuery library, we don't require to follow any specific installation process, because jQuery library is a JavaScript library, as it comes as a single .js file. So it is just required to download the library and put into your website or web application to use it. It is very easy to download and include jQuery library file in a web application or website. You can even add it to your existing application, means the application which are already created, and in that application you would like to use the jQuery functionalities, so that library is required. So even though you can include the jQuery library in your existing application and use all the jQuery functionality which are already available, you can do this by downloading the jQuery from their official website at www.jquery.com. There is usually a choice between the production version and development version. What does it means? Once you visit the jQuery.com official website in order to download the jQuery library, you will find out there are two options are available. It will show the two options to download. One option that download the development version jQuery library, that is uncompressed, and download the production version jQuery library, that is compressed. So you have to choose, either go with the development version, either go with what? Production version. What exactly difference? The production version is for your live website, because it has been minified and compressed to take up the least amount of space. Means once it is minified, once it is compressed, their file size is reduced. So whenever the file is going to load from server to client, it takes less time in order to load from server to client and consumes less network bandwidth. That makes faster to load from server to client, which is important for your visitor whose browser will have to download the jQuery file along with the rest of your website content. For testing and development purpose, if you are in development phase, means your application is not become live till now, your application has not been deployed on the live server, your application did not come onto the production server, you are in a testing phase, you are in development phase, then the development version is the best option to download and use it. It has not been minified and the compressed. So when you run into an error, you can actually see where in jQuery it happens, and it helps into debugging. Means entire the code you are able to see that. Your entire jQuery library code to understand what code is already present, that helps into finding the errors, that helps into the debugging of the program. So what is the conclusion? If you are in a testing phase and development phase, then the best option, go with the development version of jQuery library. Once development is completed, testing is done, and your website is about to become live, is about to deploy on the live server, or you can say is about to going on production server, then the development version jQuery library must be replaced with the production version jQuery library, which is the less size compared to what development version, because it is already compressed. What do you mean by compressed? Compressed means the jQuery library file has been compressed by removing the unnecessary white spaces, unnecessary new lines, big variable name in the function parameters are reduced with a small variable name. By this way it has been compressed and minified, that leads into the size to be reduced. That is always has better whenever load from server to the client. Now the next discussion about what are the jQuery library versions are available. Means what are the versions of jQuery library as per today, or you can say as per the current versions are available. So when you talk about the versions of jQuery library, then you have to understand some of the point. There are 3 editions available for jQuery library versions. So if you talk about the versions of the jQuery library, then in that you will find out 3 editions. Editions number 1, the name is 1.x, which was released in 2006, and it is the first stable released version of the jQuery library. Then 2.x edition, which was released in 2013, and it is a dropped i6 version, i7, i8 support for the performance improvements. Means if you are working with a 2.x edition of jQuery library, then that does not support to the Internet Explorer browser 6, 7, 8, and this 2.x edition file size has been reduced in the less size. So remember, the major difference between the 1.x and 2.x is 2.x does the same thing what 1.x does, bit additional functions are included in that, and it doesn't have support of the i6, i7 and i8. It means if you want to work with a still i6 and i7 and i8 version of the browser, then you have to work with the 1.x edition only. And the newly and current one available 3.x edition, which is also famous with the name called the next generation of jQuery library, with a lot more changes in the functionalities in order to provide some additional functions, improvements into Ajax call available with the 3.x edition, which was released in the current year 2016. In each edition of the jQuery library, there are two versions of jQuery available for download. One is a development version, as I discussed few minutes back, that is a uncompressed code. One is a production version, is nothing but compressed code and minified, or you can say zipped. Compressed and uncompressed code copies of jQuery files are available. Uncompressed file is the best used during development or debugging of the application, and compressed file is the best option to use with the production environment because it saves bandwidth while loading from the server to the client. Because of compressed, their file size is what less size compared to development version, and it improves the performance in the production environment when loading from server to the client. So the latest stable versions of jQuery library is, if you talk about the first one, 1.x. So in the 1.x edition, today stable and latest version is 1.12.4, which we call with the name of jQuery-1.12.4.js. It is a development version released in May 20th, 2016. And at the same time, they have also released a minified version, that is a jQuery-1.12.4.mean.js. So whenever you find out any jQuery JavaScript file with the name of .mean.js, by default you need to understand it is a compressed code. It is a production version. It is indication for every production version will be suffixed with the what .mean, which was also released in May 20th, 2016. And for the 2.x edition, latest stable version is 2.2.4.js. Complete name is jQuery-2.2.4.js is nothing but uncompressed, nothing but development version. Was released in May 20th, 2016. And at the same time, they have released for this also minified, nothing but compressed code, nothing but for the production version, that is jQuery-2.2.4.mean.js, and it was also released at the same time May 20th, 2016. And the next edition, which is available with the name of 3.x, it is also called as the next generation, with lots of more functionality compared to 1.x edition and 2.x edition. The name 3.1.1 is the latest one. Before the 3.1.0 already is there, but latest stable version jQuery-3.1.1.js, it is a development version, was released 2 months back, September 22, 2016. And at the same time, they have released production version also for this library, which version number is jQuery-3.1.1.mean.js. So these are the different stable current versions are available for the 1.x edition, 2.x edition and 3.x edition. In my video sessions, I will be working with the 3.x edition, which is the latest edition with the additional functionalities and lot more changes into the Ajax call also. These above jQuery libraries can be downloaded directly from the official website of the jQuery, that is http://www.jquery.com. So we will see now what are the different steps to download and make it available to our website. So the next thing is steps to download the jQuery library. So what you do that, For the downloading jQuery library, simply go to what? Official website http://www.jquery.com. So one home page will be available there. In that home page, you will finding out right side one button that is called a download. So click the download jQuery button appearing on the home page right side. Then another page will be open and showing the jQuery library versions. As I said earlier, it shows two options. One is the development version, that is a uncompressed code. One is the production version, that is a compressed code. So you must choose either you want to work with the development version, either you want to work with the what? Production versions. So choose your desired versions of jQuery library for download. So let's see the practically how to download and keep in your machine, and then we'll keep into the what? Our website for the use purpose. So I have opened a browser and I visited to the website that is called jQuery.com website. In this website there is one home page is open. This is the official website of the jQuery provided by jQuery author and their team development. In this right side there is an option allowed download jQuery, and it is always highlighting with the current edition, that is a 3.x edition, in which current version of the jQuery is what? 3.1.1. So click on this download jQuery button. Once you click, there is another page is going to be open. Site name will be there what? jQuery.com/download. In this available jQuery, download the compressed production jQuery 3.1.1. Download the uncompressed development jQuery 3.1.1. So just click on the what? Download the uncompressed development jQuery 3.1.1, because right now I am going to work with the development scenario. So for me the best option is what? Development version. But at the same time I can download the production version library also, just in order to show you their file size is a less size or it is a more size, and it is a compressed or not compressed. So let me download the first development version. So just click on this link, it is going to download. In your browser downmost side you can see that it is downloaded with the name of jQuery-3.1.1.js. Also I want to download what is that? Production version. So click on this production version link. Again another library is going to download with the name of jQuery-3.1.1.mean.js. So both libraries are downloaded. There is an option available, show all, right? Click from here, it will showing all in the folder location, or by default it download to the downloads folder, or maybe you have given some other folder location, download any files from the internet. So in that location is going to store, or just simply come to this files, click on this, one option come into the what? Show in folder. Just click on the show in folder, it is going to open into the folder location. So in my downloads folder location, this PC, local DC drive, users folder, admin folder, in the downloads folder, in that this library is available with the name of, you can see that jQuery-3.1.1. there is no mean available here, it means this is what? Development version, and you can see this one available here, jQuery-3.1.1.mean available. It means what? It is the production version. And if you want to see the file size, that mouse over on this 3.1.1, 3.1.1 without mean, you can see that it is a JavaScript file. What kind of type? JS file. And what is the size? You can observe 260 KB is the size of this JavaScript file. And if you talk about the second one, jQuery 3.1.1.mean, it is mentioned what? Mean means what? Minified. It is a compressed. It is for which version? Production version. So you can look at that, it is also JavaScript file, same file with the same functionality, but with the size you can look at that, it is only 84.6 KB, means less than half. So while loading from server this library to the client in a production environment, it consumes less network bandwidth, because the file size is very less compared to development version. But this file does not help into the development and debugging mode. That's why once you are working the production environment, then only this file is recommended to use. But if you are working with the development environment, then best option is to work with the what? Development version. So I have been downloaded both. Now this both downloaded library required to keep as a part of your website. Whichever website you have been created, either using text editor, either using the any IDE. I will be taking example of IDE because nowadays everybody looks forward to work with the IDE for irrespective technology. Suppose I am going to work with the Visual Studio, means .NET based application development. If I am going to work with the NetBeans, nothing but Java based web application development, Eclipse Java based web application development, Dreamweaver all static web application development. In that you can use that. So now you come to the location of this one. Now you can put the downloaded jQuery library file in a particular folder. Example scripts. So one question arises, is it mandatory to store into the particular folder of your website? No. You can put anywhere in the website, even you can put into the root folder of the website also, but it is recommended to keep downloaded JavaScript file of jQuery into a specific folder that gives some meaning. It has some JavaScript file. That's what as a recommendation people is to keep into the one folder of the website with the name of scripts. This folder, it is already present in your website? No, it is not a predefined folder, it is a user defined folder. So if already available means already you have been created earlier, then fine. If you have not been created, then in your website root folder you create one new folder and give the name scripts, and in the folder this file copy and place it. So or you can also put in the root folder of your website. So you can observe that my website name is what? jQuery video session, which is running on the local host, nothing but local web server of the machine, and in this website folder I create one folder with the name of script, and in the scripts folder I have just copied both library. I have copied both library, but on the one page we will be having the reference of any one, not both. So when we are in development we will go for this one. Once we go for the production we will replace this one and we will make what is it below one, that is the production versions. So see the practically what I am going to do, that I am coming to my folder location where I have downloaded, select and I am going to copy, and I am going to my website which I have been created, or I am going to create new website in a Visual Studio IDE environment, that is for ASP.NET website, or it can be another IDE used by you. I am using here Visual Studio. So Visual Studio IDE has been opened. I just would like to go to the file menu, new menu, and I would like to create the new website. Of course it is ASP.NET website because Visual Studio has support of creating only ASP.NET website. So choosing ASP.NET empty website, and here I am giving the website name. Suppose I am giving jQuery video session website name. So I have given the web location HTTP that works on the local web server of this machine, and the path of the website is what? http://localhost/jQuery video session is the name of the website, and click on the what is it? OK. A website is going to be created, is already there with the name of jQuery video session. It is asking to create the new name jQuery video session 1. OK, fine, no problem. Click on the OK. It is going to create. So it will take some time to create the new website in the Visual Studio environment for ASP.NET. Once the website is created, you will get one message below: creating project jQuery video session, project creation successful. And after that come to Solution Explorer. Right side there is option always Solution Explorer is a one window which shows all the list of files of your website in a Visual Studio environment. So in this there is available what? http://localhost jQuery video session 1. In this by default one file come, the name is web.config. It is a part of ASP.NET web application development. That might be you are aware if you are working with ASP.NET. So no need to worry about that. So in this website I want to have my jQuery file to be available. So what I said in few minutes back, it should be placed anywhere in this website, but it is recommended to keep into a one user defined folder called scripts. So right click on the website and there is an option open with the menu. In that go to the option called add. In that the option called what is a new folder, and give the name of the folder what is it? Scripts. You can give any name. Think about that. It is a just a standard name. It's not a mandatory that you must provide the name called scripts only. You can have your own name also, but it is highly recommended to keep the folder name with what name? Scripts. That gives a clear meaning to the people who come to my website. Oh, it is containing some scripts file which are belong to JavaScript. So in this folder, right click and just click on the word paste. So now you can see that your jQuery downloaded library is become part of your website. So this is how we call downloading the jQuery script file and making available to our website in order to work on that. So one section we have been finished, that is called downloading the jQuery library and including or keeping or placing as a part of your website. Now if you are working with the Visual Studio IDE, mainly for those developers who work in the ASP.NET environment, they can also get this jQuery library file direct to their project rather than going to download from the official website and then copy and then place into the website by using one option called manage NuGet packages. So here you can observe the jQuery library can be also downloaded directly to your ASP.NET website project via manage NuGet packages window in Visual Studio IDE, mainly Visual Studio 2012 onwards. So we'll discuss now downloading jQuery using manage NuGet packages. So one question arises, what is a manage NuGet packages? This is mainly for those people who are working with the Visual Studio IDE in order to work on ASP.NET website project development. Please keep in the mind. Manage NuGet packages is nothing but a collection of tools to automate the process of downloading, installing, upgrading, configuring and removing some packages from a Visual Studio project directly. Rather than going to their corresponding website, download from there and then install to your project. You can directly download and install to your project from the manage NuGet packages, which contains a collection of all the packages available for your ASP.NET website project. So finding a package in Solution Explorer, right click application root node and click manage NuGet packages. So go to the Visual Studio IDE, open the Solution Explorer, right click on the root folder of the application, one menu option open, in that there is an option come called manage NuGet packages. Click on that, a window will be open. Manage NuGet packages window will open. In the window, click the browse tab to display the list of available packages. So once you click on the browse tab, then it starts searching all the packages from the internet resources. So please remember, for this option you must have internet available connection on your machine, because it search all the packages available from the internet resources. It shows the list of packages. Browse through the list or search for a package using the search box at the top left of the dialog box. For example, to find a jQuery package named jQuery, just enter the jQuery in the search box. There is a search box available. In this search box, just type the jQuery and press enter key. Or if it is already package available in the list, you are able to see that, just click on the package. So now if you just select a package, an install button appears at the right side and description it's shown in the right hand pane. You can see once you select that, then right hand side the latest version, stable version 3.1.1 showing with a button called install along with the description of the jQuery. jQuery is a new kind of JavaScript library, an official definition, version number, who is the authors, license, date published, project URL jQuery.com, report abuse, all information showing that. Just you need to click install button in the window. The corresponding jQuery library, which is nothing but core library, will be installed in a scripts folder automatically. If already scripts folder there, in that it goes. If it is not available, it creates automatic scripts folder in your website project and gets installed. So let us see how after installation is going to come. So once you click on install button, it is going to install, takes few second time and gets installed to your website project, which you can view into the solution explorer in a folder called scripts. You can see the jQuery library file is available, jQuery-3.1.1.js, jQuery-3.1.1.mean.js, and some additional file also will be installed using manage NuGet packages. Like one file is very important, the name is IntelliSense.js. This is the very important if you are going to get the IntelliSense support while writing the jQuery code. And one mapping file is available with other library, and available one new file jQuery-3.1 slim.js along with slim.mean.js, slim.mean.map. Slim.js file is an additional file of jQuery 3.x edition, which is a more slimmer than the main library with list functionalities. So whenever you want to work with a list functionality, means less functionality, not all the functionalities, rather than going with the main library, you can go with the slim library that also has size very reduced, nothing but less, and you can work on that. But main library of the jQuery core is nothing but jQuery-3.1.1.js. So let's see the practically how I am going to show you. You come down to this place, Visual Studio. Here already present our copied library. I just don't want this one, so I right click on this. Suppose I delete that. So now again website is ready without any jQuery script file. Now I want to keep jQuery script file, not downloading from official website and copying and again going to place into my website. I want to directly download and install to my Visual Studio project. So going to the application solution explorer, right click on application root. There is an option manage NuGet packages. A window is going to be open. Once the window is open, you just click on the left side one tab that is called browse tab. Just click on the browse tab. List of available package is going to load slowly from the internet resource. In this you browse through the list of all available packages, and if you find out jQuery, then just need to select. Suppose if you do not find out any packages, then come to the search box and type jQuery, press enter, it is going to search. I am typing jQuery, pressing enter. So searching the jQuery, once search the jQuery, on the top it is found jQuery library by jQuery Foundation and some other jQuery like UI library, validation library. We will be discussing in the upcoming video session about these all. So this is a major library, this is the core library we call. Select that. Once select the right side, one option comes, version latest stable 3.1.1, and there is a button comes, install. Just needed to click install button. Once click install button, it is ready to install. One small window will come asking are you agree with the license and all. I say yes, click on the OK. Once I click on OK, it is going to install. It takes some times in order to install in your current project. So in this case, you are no more worried about going to the official website, downloading from that, downloaded your current local machine in some specific location. From the location, copy the jQuery script file and press into the website project. These all job done at a time by using the manage NuGet packages. So you can see that there is a message has been appear, successfully installed jQuery 3.1.1 to the http://localhost/jQuery video session 1. That is the name of the project. After that, close this window and open the solution explorer. You can find out in your project automatically one folder has been created with the name of scripts, and in the scripts folder all the corresponding files is available. Among these all files, who is the main core library of jQuery, that is jQuery-3.1.1.js, 3.1.1.mean.js, and all other supporting files are available which may be required to use in our application. So this is the how we have been discussed about how to download and how to install jQuery library to make as a part of our web application in order to use that. So we have been finished about what is it, downloading and installing jQuery script file as well as environment setup. So in the next video session, I will be discussing with you how to use jQuery library in our web page of our website of our web application. Because till now we have just learned about environment setup and get the jQuery script file and make it available to your website. But we have not discussed till now how to use jQuery script file in your web page to develop some program. So that we'll discuss in the next session. Thank you very much for watching the Naresh IT Technologies video sessions. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and please give your valuable suggestion, valuable feedback about this video session into the comment section. Thank you very much.